All right, guys, today we got a powder coating video coming to you, not a direct how-to, but a really nice set of Raceline wheels for a cool build that might even end up at SEMA. Who knows? But anyway, we got some beadlock Raceline wheels that we've been doing a bunch of powder coating for this Jeep, and today we're doing the wheels. I've already done the beadlocks themselves in an illusion red from Prismatic Powders. The rest of the wheel is going to get done in a black luster, which is like a 50-60% gloss black from Columbia Coatings, and then a red, ruby red inlay on Raceline for the wording on the wheels. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So these are our Raceline 20 by 10 inch wheels here, beadlocks, bunch of bolt holes to cover up. The inlay here, which is going to be fun. This gets done first in the red, and then the black luster on the whole wheel itself. The wheels have already been outgassed and washed with our prep solvent, our iron phosphate to etch them a little bit. Customer decided not to do any primer or anything on these because, well, quite frankly, it's likely going to get beat up in the rocks, which is unfortunate because they're so nice. And he brought them to us to go ahead and get them to look that way. So let me show you the beadlocks we've already done. So these are the beadlocks themselves in that illusion red. It's super, super, super cool looking color. His roll cage is also this color, and we've done some of his intake parts as well in this color. So that's kind of one of the accent colors in the build. So we've done this whole intake for him as well. Yep, gonna be supercharged. And the lower intake is that illusion red as well. So what we got going right now is we got 3 wheels in the oven, just kind of warming up because the shop itself's cold. Not hot, but just warming up a little bit. Then we'll bring them out, blow them off, and we're gonna start the red. So we're gonna start with just the red over the Raceline section right here. Then we put them in the oven, let it flow out, let it gel out, let them cool. Then we move to the black. But again, we gotta tape the back. I gotta cover the bolt holes. There's a lot of the prep stuff too. And these wheels weigh a freaking ton. So me with my bad back, that makes it a little challenging as well. Handling the wheels themselves is a challenge. They're big, so putting them in and out of the oven's a challenge. Everything about wheels is a challenge. Wheels are a lot of work. So you can only do, or at least I can only do with my outfit, a couple of wheels at a time. You don't want that to happen, bing, when you just put powder on them. So there's a lot of things to be careful of, a lot of moving parts. So we're probably gonna do 2 at a time, one on the top, one on the bottom. But I just want to show you our setup here. We got this nice rolling rack here that we use for bigger parts that you can't move from the booth to the oven themselves separately because they're just heavy and awkward. We kind of do them right in the rack right here. So that's what we're doing with these wheels. But again, we just got these up to like probably 60, 70 degrees. So they're a little warmer than, I don't know, 40. So that's what we did with that. All right, then with the Raceline, here we go. Gonna make sure we get it in there where we want it, which means it gets all over the wheel, but that's okay because we gotta vacuum out the rest of the wheel. So we got it covered in there like I want it. Then we'll kind of brush off some of this. You don't have to, but I try to clean up some of the overspray because again, I'm gonna go over it with the black. But I just want to make sure we had a good coat on the Raceline. All right, so as you can see, obviously it gets everywhere, and it's not a big deal. You can completely cover this up with the black luster. So at the end of the day, the only thing I want remaining is the inside of the Raceline. It's actually gonna almost look like a decal when we vacuum out those, which is gonna be a real blast. But I go ahead and vacuum out the majority of the powder that doesn't need to be there. You can leave some residue and stuff behind, not a big deal, but I try to clean most of it off, like you did on this one. Just leaving the majority of what you want there itself. Just kind of wanted to mention that. And I'm sure there's many different ways the different powder coaters do it differently. But just to get the main inlay there, I got done what I needed to get done. So now essentially this is a 400-degree powder, but we're not looking to cure the powder, we're just looking to flow it out or gel it out. So they're gonna go back in the oven, essentially until this area here melts, and then come back out, let them cool, then we go to the black. All right, I just want to kind of show you, we just took this out of the oven. It's hard to see with the GoPro, but that is all gelled out. So that's all flowed out. And once this cools, we can go ahead and black these things out and vacuum out and or trace our Raceline back out and then flow out the black. So a long, tedious process, but wait till the results. All right, while these wheels are cooling, because we just flowed out the Raceline, we've gone ahead and plugged the auxiliary valve hole here. That one has a bolt in it from hanging the wheel, and then there's like 50 5/16, 18 thread inserts that we had to plug out. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and plugged all those. There's a lot. But I'm going to reconfigure this stand, and we're going to do 2 wheels at a time. One in the center on the top, one in the center on the bottom, and that's as much as we can do. Just because we don't want to bang it into each other. We got a outflowing tip here that we've got a nice wide, even spray. We'll get that all on there, coat these in black, and then vacuum off our Raceline logo. We're actually using our Columbia Coatings Vibra table. What that does is when you use a hopper, a fluidizing hopper, it puts vibration into here itself and helps keep that powder from clumping up and getting clumps out the gun. A lot of times we use their vortex cup, but on something where we're gonna use a lot of powder like these wheels, we're gonna go with this setup here. And we're shooting it out of the Hyper Smooth 03 LED, also from Columbia Coatings. So we do use a lot of their products. So I'm gonna go ahead and start shooting that on there, and let's go. Alright guys, so these 2 wheels are coated, and I've gone ahead and vacuumed off the back of the mounting plate to it already. And basically it's just a lot of wiping and a lot of vacuuming with the standard hose, or there's all kinds of different adapters. Now I have this micro vacuum that we're going to go ahead and get inside the Raceline letters with it. Real fine like. I'm not super happy with the quality of this product. We got another company we're working with to get a better setup, but that's okay, because we're going to go ahead and get these vacuumed off and in the oven. Alright, that was a challenge to get inside those letters with the micro vacuum. Oh my god, if you got a shaky hand, forget it. But we got these things all coated, and the back's all vacuumed, the barrels are all done. Let's get them in the oven and see what they look like. Alright, got our first one out of the oven, all flowed out, fully cured in the black luster. And this color will slightly change a little bit, and it's really hard to get a good picture in this lighting, and we don't have sun today, but super happy with it so far. Once that cools and the color actually completely sets in, we'll pull all our plugs out, and I'll set the bead lock on there. You'll be able to see what this thing is actually going to look like. Absolutely going to be awesome. All right, I'm not going to lie, that is a nice looking combination. That black luster, that 50-60% gloss with the red inlay of Raceline on there, and then this illusion red for the bead lock rim. What a nice combination. I cannot wait to see this on this Jeep. It is going to be sick. That came out nice. Very happy with that. All right, we got 2 more out of the oven. We just gotta let these babies cool so we can pop out all the plugs for our silicone plugs here. Throw the bead locks on, and that is it. Hey, thanks for joining us today with a little bit of powder coating. Like I said, that's a big part of our business is powder coating. So I'm going to try to do more of these videos, not direct how-tos, but a few tips and things and different ways that we do it, and kind of show you some different color combinations. And if there's something you see, drop a comment. Something else you want to see, drop a comment. And please don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe. It means a lot to us, and we can keep making this content. Thanks for watching, guys. Scott Flippin' Customized.